Right, so I'm just pulling in here. This is in Guernsey, and we are just pulled in a little lane just past Bordeaux Harbour. So this is the north part of the island, and we're going to show you some of these little lanes in Guernsey. So welcome on board the car. Hope everyone's good. I'm going to drive I'm going to drive as slow as I possibly can. There's no one behind me, so I'm not going to hold anyone up. Take a look at these old houses. Look at these old places. That could do with a lick of paint, that one, eh? We've got the old church there, or the Methodist, or some type of church there. I think it's Bordeaux Church. It clearly probably is, I'd imagine it is. That's a random guess, but I'm pretty sure. So we're going to go up the hill. This takes us up towards the Vale Mill. I think it's on a bit of work done on it. But this is a nice little lane. I did a walk through here maybe a few years ago. I walked along here with my camera. I started at the top of Vale Mill and walked down. So I thought I'd do a drive along today up here. Beautiful little lane, really close to the sea. Bordeaux Beach or Bordeaux Harbour is like 5 minutes from here. So if you live around here, it's beautiful. If you went left there, you go down to the harbour. There's nice views up here. So yeah, I hope everyone's good and enjoying all the drive-alongs, showing off the island of Guernsey and the Channel Islands. And remember, if you're not familiar with this channel, it's all about Guernsey. So if you want to see more stuff and what it's like to live here, and drive-alongs and walk-alongs and all that sort of stuff, remember to subscribe to the channel, and you can hit the thumbs up if you like this one. Yeah, so we're just going to carry on up here. Look, the Guernsey granite on the right, slowly driving up the hill. You can go right here, but that's really tight. I'm going to go up the hill here. So when we get to the top, I'll show you the Vale Mill, which used to be like, oh yeah, obviously years ago, a operating mill. But now it's not. It's just like some sort of observation tower, I think. See it there? Yeah, look, the scaffolding's on it. They've got it all covered over. So obviously doing some work on it. I don't know what they're up to. But yeah, I haven't seen it like that for some time. But I was quite far away the other day. You can obviously see the Vale Mill from quite a lot of different places in the island. And I was nowhere near, but I was looking up and I thought, what's that square thing in the sky? I thought, oh, it's the Vale Mill. And some work done. So all the scaffolding's up. Some restoration work or maintenance work, and there's a big quarry down here just to the right, and I only knew that because I saw the other day I walked along here. So see, like that fencing on the right there, if you like look through that fencing, there's a big quarry that I never knew was there. So it's just amazing. You drive past these places hundreds of times, then you walk down it and you see completely different stuff, don't you? It's a lot better walking. So you can see it's quite tight down here. I'm pretty sure these are two-way roads. This bit's two-way. Further down isn't, I don't think. So I'm pretty sure you got to go right at the end of this road. Yeah, I think I can see the sign now. So this takes us round. And what we're going to do, we're going to drive past the Vale School. And we'll go down all the lanes, and we're going to end up at the Vale Church if it goes to plan. Yeah, look. So I'm going to go right one way, and it's 25 miles per hour. Look at that house in front. Look, it's quite unique, isn't it? It's a bit like the Oliver Reed's house reminds me of, which is down by Hume there. By the way, if you're interested, Oliver Reed, the actor, used to live in Guernsey. I did a video on that and I showed you his house where he used to live. I walked there and showed his house. So it's in the video. I'll leave it in the description if you want to. If you scroll down to the description, I'll leave the link for when I went to Oliver Reed's house. Well, I didn't go in it, but I just walked past it and showed everyone where it was. So that's there if you're interested, because he used to live at the Hume. So it's 25, one way down here. There's a little estate here on the right. So this takes me back. This is round by my old school. Okay, so I used to go to Vale Junior School quite some time ago. And it's funny, I don't know if you find that, but when you drive past your old school or go to your old school, it still feels like school. It still feels like you get those same feelings, don't you? It's like, oh, school. I used to get really nervous going to school. I wasn't really a big fan of going to school. I'm sort of not a big fan of going to work, so it's sort of spilled over into adult life. I'll show you it. So this is the Vale Junior. I think infants might have been in the same bit as well. I can't remember. Yeah, I think the infants bit was further around. Val, yeah, it was. Yeah, this is Val Junior. Oh, this was the infant school, I think. And the junior school was further along. Well, there it is, anyway, on the left. Oh, there we go. I remember that place. So we're going to go down the hill. We're going to turn right here, downhill. Some nice little lanes. You see a nice bit of Guernsey, typical Guernsey roads down here. As usual, let me know if you recognise anywhere. Leave it in the comments. Anything you want. If you've got any stories about where I've driven, if it reminds you of anywhere, or you know, whatever. Leave a comment. Love reading them. I normally learn something in the comments. You see the hedge veg, as people selling stuff on the hedge. You'll see it as you drive around. It's called hedge veg. It's not always veg though. People have got little stalls and they sell all sorts. Or shells I saw the other day, or little things they make. And they've got the little honesty box where you put your money in. Got to be very honest. Although I've noticed, where was I yesterday? Oh, there's one in front there. Look, are they selling something there? Yeah. There's one down Pont Valiant Lane, and they sell veg and wood and all that. And there was a big sign. So I went in because I wanted to buy some wood, and I went in and it said, due to people being very dishonest, we've had to rig up security cameras. And that's so you think, oh, they've obviously been ripped off somewhere along the line. Someone's obviously been taking stuff, so they've installed cameras. So that's a shame. But you know, Guernsey is very honest. But I suppose in any community, you've always got the bad ones, the bad eggs who ruin it for everyone, don't they? I mean, God, the wood's only like a few quid. I mean, you're not stealing massive amounts of gold. It's like, God, it's a few quid. There's no point. So we'll follow it round through the lane. Beautiful little lane down here. This will bring us out at the filter, I think. I do know these lanes quite well. I've been around them quite a lot over the years. More Guernsey granite there. All these different places. Got a few wiggly little lanes. Then you eventually come out of Trev's Motorcycles. If you want to, you can go. Trev's Motorcycles is down here, and this will take you to Landcress. So I say we're in the north bit of the island, round here, in the Vale. I think this is the Vale parish. It's odd to know sometimes. You think you're in a certain parish, but you're not, because you don't exactly know where the border lines are. If you know what I mean. Sometimes you're somewhere, but you're not. If that makes sense. That probably didn't make sense at all, did it? Carry on along here. Nice pink house there. Look on the right. People walking their dogs, taking it easy. Around we go. Let's carry on. Yeah, I'm sure there's a filter down here. Filter and turn system. So you see these houses. These are very typical Guernsey houses. I think the average house price is around £600,000. Not cheap. Luckily I bought my house a few years ago, but I don't think I can afford to buy it now. Yeah, there we are. Look, filter in turn. So everyone has equal priority. You take your turns. You see the yellow crisscross on the road. There it is. And we'll go left here. Let's follow it on down. Yeah, around here it's all really familiar. I mean, this is where I was sort of brought up round here. My mum and dad live like just through the lanes, a bit further along, like 5 minutes drive away. My brother lives like 5 minutes drive away around here. And I used to cycle around here on my bike because one of my friends used to live down here. I remember cycling down here to go into his house, and do you know what I mean? It's quite weird, isn't it, when you go back to places you used to go when you were a kid. It sort of makes you think about. You sort of remember it quite clearly, don't you? I remember just on the right there when I was cycling to my mate's house, there was a little rabbit, like, but it was like a, you know, obviously from someone's rabbit hutch. It wasn't a wild rabbit. I remember picking it up, put it in my coat, and cycling it to my mate's house. And his mum was like, "Oh my God, you got a rabbit? Where's that from?" So I found it. It was a white rabbit, and I remember she put it on. Well, there wasn't Facebook then, was there? Or social media. I think she put it in the. They kept it, and they put an advert in the press saying a rabbit had been found, and it was an owner. It was like someone really close by said, "Yeah, that's my rabbit." But I never got a reward. There we go. Never got a reward. But nowadays you'd just put it on Facebook, wouldn't you? Or you'd put it on something. But there wasn't that. There wasn't round in those days. So they had a little rabbit hutch. I think they already had. You know, I think my mate had a rabbit, so they could look after it for a little while. Whereas I think they're going to take it to the rabbit, or the RSPCA, is it, or whatever it's called, animal shelter. But yeah, it got someone saw the advert and phoned up, and it was their rabbit. So that was really good. I picked that up, wasn't it? So this is the where we had now. There's a filter here. This is quite a sharp turn to the right. It's a bit awkward if a car's coming from the right. Just careful. There's a filter and turn. This takes us down towards the Vale Church. So just looking over, there's no cars coming. Yeah, if there's a car coming from the right, you're best to let them go because it's really tight otherwise. Swing it round. Right, let's head on down this road. Did you see that on the road? There's some docks. This is very typical round here. So I'll slow down for these dockies crossing the road. What can you do? You just got to let them get on with it. Eh? There's no point in hooting at them because it doesn't do anything. They'll eventually get out of the way. We got some docks by my house. I live on the west coast and there's a load of docks. And sometimes, you know, they're crossing the main road and it just scares me senseless because you think they're going to get mowed down one day. But luckily, a lot of the cars, all the cars, always slow down and they'll stop in the road and let the dogs waddle through. It's quite funny. It's just one day I'm worried that someone doesn't slow it down. But they live actually in my road. There's a quarry down the bottom of my road and the dogs waddle up and down across the road. So hopefully they'll survive. So we've got a big quarry on the right here. So this is the Vilbodu, known as the Vilbodu. There used to be years ago. There used to be. Let me know. Do you remember the guy who used to sell veg here and he had a greenhouse? Let's go with my mum. He used to sell I remember it was like a shed. He used to sell veg and potatoes and all that. Just in there on the left. Does anyone remember that? He used to live in Guernsey. Let me know in the comments. I remember my mum was saying, let's go to the Vilbodu and get some. No, I just remember going as a kid. It was like a greenhouse. And I remember tables of all like veg for sale and that, and there was a bloke. I still can see the guy now. There, just stood there chatting to my mum. Funny. That's been going on a long time, that though. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you know what I'm on about there. A bit of lock, maybe someone knows what I'm talking about. So just here, yeah, line just to the right is the Vale Church. Just here, and yeah, so that's it. Click the screen to watch the next video. And remember, if you want to see more videos on Guernsey, subscribe. Thanks for the drive along, and I'll see you on the next one.